Hey everyone, welcome to All Techies. I'm Pankaj Rai, and in this video I'm going to talk about how you can add Cloud Firestore capabilities to your Android app built with Jetpack Compose. Well, we are going to use Jet Firestore, which is one of the library built on top of the existing Cloud Firestore APIs. That means you no longer have to maintain the callbacks or add the listeners on your own. Rather, you have a Jet Firestore composable, and in that composable you can specify the path and also the listener which you want to add, either real time or single time listener. Then eventually, as you get the data, you could show the content in another composable. Let's see how can we do all these things. But before that, if you haven't created project on Firebase, then log into Firebase and create project there with the package ID. Then you'll get the JSON. You need to add that JSON to your app directory. Once that is done, then switch to build.gradle and add the class path for Google services. Also, because as I said, we are going to use Jet Firestore, so add Maven directory. So it needs the Maven URL. If you have all projects, then do not forget to add it to all projects. And then let's switch to another build.gradle, and here add the ID for Google services. This is for Firebase. And then we'll add the dependencies that we need. Here we need the dependency of Firestore and Jet Firestore, which is built on top of the Firestore. Okay, so as we have these dependencies with us, now let's switch to main activity. So here I already have the content on Cloud Firestore, where I have details about books and I have information related to the name, author, description about it, and the image URL. So let's see how can we fetch the details. For that, let's create the data class first. So we'll have a book module class. So we'll have this as data class, and inside this data class, as we have details about name, so we'll say name, author, description, and details about the image URL. But one thing to consider here is that just do not leave data class like this, because what we are going to do is that on a query snapshot we'll call a method which will directly convert the response to the model class. For that, it requires empty constructor also. So let's create an empty constructor for this. We'll have empty constructor, and then we'll pass an empty string for all of them, and that's it. Now let's go back to our main activity, and here let's create our composable. So let me create book composable. Info. So here what we are going to do is we are going to create a mutable state of object, because as soon as we get the data either through the real-time listener or a single time listener, we want to assign it back to this mutable state, and we are going to read this in another composable so that we could see the updated content back on UI. So let's do that. So let me create book list by remember, and inside this we'll have mutable state of. Well, this is of type list of our model class, which was book, so we'll have list of book with the default value as null. And that's it. And also let's change this to where, because we want to assign the value back to book list. Now let's call the Jet Firestore composable, and this take all this parameters: path, query, single time collection fetch, single time document fetch, real time collection, and real time document fetch. So what are all these things? Well, path is all about defining the endpoint, because Firestore works on a collection and document structure where you can have either reference till collection or till the document, so that you can specify in path. Also, do remember, for this to work, you need to follow the structure where the first one should be collection and the next one should be the document. So you cannot have two collections together and at the end one document. It always follow a pattern of collection, document, and this goes on. Once you have that, now you can also specify the query which you want to run on collection. For example, if I say on books, say if I have a books collection and in that I just want to list down the books written by a particular author, then I can specify the query parameter where I could say where equal to, and then I'll say author, comma, name of the author for which I'm interested in. Next, I could say about on single time collection fetch. Well, this is quite important to know here. It's like either or. So if you specified path till collection, then you'll get the information either in on single time collection or on real time collection fetch. Depends on what you're using it, but not for this on single time document fetch and on real time document fetch. And the same way, if you have path till document, then you'll get the data in on single time document fetch and on real time document fetch. What's the difference between both of them? So on single time collection or the document fetch is all about get the data once and then leave it. Whereas on real time collection or the document fetch is all about listening in real time. So if anything gets changed in real time, then those will get pushed to all the connected devices. That means if I have set on real time collection fetch or on real time document fetch and anything gets changed for that particular reference, then immediately I'll see the content getting updated on UI. Okay, now let's come back to main activity. Now let's specify the path. This path can either be till collection or document. Well, I'm going to reference collection. So I'll say collection books. Inside this collection, I have all the details in a document. So here it's going to reference all the documents so that we'll have a list of books. Now, the next part is, rather than just getting single time data, let me set a real time listener for this. What I need to do is that I have to call on real time collection fetch. This will provide value and exception. Now I could say book list is equals to value dot get list of objects. Well, I'm not specifying how you can handle exception here just to reduce the video length, but it's all about how you're going to handle the error cases. So here we are just having the book list information which we fetched from the value. Get list of objects will automatically form an object for us based on the data class that we have specified. Now let's show this book list in a composable. For that, let's do one thing. We'll first check out whether this is null or not. So for that we'll say book list question mark dot let. If this is null, then we could say something like loading, and now inside this we could say lazy column. Inside lazy column, let's have items, and here let's specify the list of books. Okay, so now let's show name of the book author and the description on UI. For that, let's create a column and then row. Here let's have two text, where one will say about name and another one will say about the author. Also, let's have a modifier for this. So we'll say fill max width, then horizontal arrangement, that is arrangement space between. Now let's have a description below both of this text. So we'll say it dot description. Finally, for this also, let's have modifier fill max width. Now, rather than making this one composable clumsy, let's take this part outside. So we'll extract this and I'll say book list. So that's it. Now let's call this and run this application. So here it is. We have list of all books details, and this is looking quite clumsy, so let's add a bit of padding. So we'll say padding say 16 dp, and now let's rerun this. So here it is. We have the list of all the book details that we have stored on Cloud Firestore, and not just this, we have also set the real-time listener. That means on Cloud Firestore, if any value gets changed inside this books collection, it will update the UI immediately. If we do not want this behavior, we just want to fetch for a single time, then the max change which you need to do is, instead of calling on real-time collection fetch, you can say on single time collection fetch. That's it. Now with this, it doesn't matter whether the content is getting updated or not. Once it fetched from Cloud Firestore, then you'll not see the content getting updated until unless this composable is called once again. So that's it for this video, where I've talked about how you can add Cloud Firestore capabilities to your Android app built with Jetpack Compose using Jet Firestore. If you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe this channel so as to get the videos on the latest topics of Android, Kotlin and Firebase. Thank you and stay tuned.